The Galactic Union had existed for over 3,000 years. Hundreds of alien species lived in peace under one rule. The strong protected the weak, and the weak served the strong. Battles were rare now. Most conflicts were solved with words, not war, but far away, on the edge of known space, explorers discovered a new species. They were called humans. They came from a small blue planet called Earth. Their home world was not special. It had one sun, one moon, and a mix of oceans and land. But the creatures living on it? They were something different. The first contact happened by accident. A merchant ship from the Venari Empire was mining gas near an unregistered system. The Venari captain saw something strange in old-style engine trail, heading toward deep. Space curious, he followed. He found a human ship. It was small, ugly, and built like a flying tank. Its weapons were off, but its shields were up. The Venari hailed it. The human ship responded. A voice spoke through the radio. Calm, clear, unregistered ship. You are trespassing near Earth territory. Please turn back. The Venari captain laughed. This ship had no ID tag, no known markings, no place in the galactic registry. He ordered his weapons to charge and replied, "We are the Venari. Step aside or be destroyed." The human ship didn't move. Instead, it fired a warning shot. It wasn't a large blast, it's just one beam. It hit the Venari ship's left wing and burned through the armor like butter. The Venari crew panicked. No pirate ship, no raider, no new species had ever dared fire on them. The captain retreated, but he recorded everything. Within days, the video spread across the Union. At first people laughed. A new species? Firing on the Venari? They must be fools. But then they saw the beam. Damn, and they stopped laughing. No known tech could cut through Venari alloy like that. The Union grew curious. Scientists began studying the energy signature. It didn't match any known weapon. The readings showed high radiation, plasma bursts, and something strange, electromagnetic compression, an old Earth idea long believed impossible at large scale. A meeting was called. 12 major species sat. Around the glowing table of the Grand Council, the Zarn, the Vorthok, the Venari, the Sheltari, and more. The speaker, a tall insectoid named Dravka, said this new species, these humans, must be studied, observed, perhaps contained. Others nodded. One voice, however, spoke. Differently, it was Ambassador Karal of the Dresh Confederacy, a race of thinkers and historians, he said. No species builds weapons like that without a reason. We must be careful. We must understand them. But his warning was ignored. The Council sent a scout fleet to Earth. 15 ships. Light weapons. No warships. Just observation cruisers and a few guards. They approached the solar system slowly. At first, there was silence. Then, a message came. You are approaching Terran space. Identify yourselves, or be fired upon. The voice was firm but not angry. Not afraid. The fleet commander laughed. We are the Galactic Union. We come in peace, the humans replied. Leave now. This is your final warning. The commander, thinking the humans were bluffing, ordered his ships to enter orbit around Earth. That's when it happened. A single human ship uncloaked. It was black, silent, and shaped like a blade. The commander scoffed. Just one ship? But the human vessel didn't speak. It moved fast, too fast. Within 10 seconds, it zipped. Between the scout ships, firing surgical beams, no noise, no explosion. Just bright cuts of light. When it was done, 9 of the 15 ships were floating wrecks. The rest fled. They didn't even try to fight back. Back at the Council, panic spread. No one knew how Earth had built such weapons or cloaking tech, so perfect. No one knew how they had hidden from galactic sensors for so long. Then the humans sent a message to the entire Union, their leader. A woman named Admiral Rosa Hahn appeared on screens across space. She said, "We know who you are. We know what you've done to weaker species. Earth is not weak. We never were. We watched, we listened, and we prepared. If you respect us, we will respect you. If you invade, we will fight back. And she smiled. That smile scared everyone. More than the weapons, for it wasn't the smile of a monster. It was the smile of a hunter in a dark chamber far away. One ancient being watched the broadcast again and again. It was called the Varuna race, so old they were no longer part of the Union. They lived in silence, far beyond known space. The Varuna elder whispered, "It has happened. The predators of Earth have awakened." But back on Earth, people were calm. In a base hidden deep under Antarctica, engineers worked silently on machines the galaxy had never seen. One of them turned to a senior officer and asked, "Do they know yet what we're really capable of?" The officer smiled. Not even close. The Galactic Union was still in shock. The images of the destroyed scout ships spread like wildfire across every world. No one had ever seen such fast attacks. No explosions, no sound, just ships cut apart like paper. The human ship was small, only one vessel, but it moved with speed and control no alien fleet could match. For the first time in 1,000 years, the Union was afraid. They called the ship the Blade of Earth. But Earth called it something else, Hunter 1. Admiral Rosa Hahn stood inside Earth's underground war command center. Deep beneath Antarctica's ice dot before her, a glowing map of the galaxy hovered. Red dots marked alien worlds. Blue lines showed human patrol paths. One green dot blinked near Earth. That was Hunter-1. Behind her stood Captain Ivan Drostov, commander of the Hunter 1 mission. "They didn't expect us," he said with a small grin. "They thought we were still building." Rockets, Rosa nodded. "They've watched us for a long time. But they only saw what we wanted them to see." Captain Ivan stepped forward. "What's the plan now?" Rosa's eyes turned cold. "We keep the predators guessing." Far across the stars in the Grand Council chamber, voices shouted and argued. "This is madness," roared a Venari general. "One ship destroyed 9 of ours in seconds." A Zarn diplomat hissed. "Then we send 50, no 100. Crush them now." But Ambassador Kiril, the quiet scholar from the Dresh Confederacy, raised one hand. "Tell me," he said calmly, "if that was just one ship, how many more do they have?" Silence fell over the chamber. No one knew. Until now, Earth had hidden everything. No trade, no contact, no travel. Their planet was considered primitive. Now that illusion was broken. What if Kiril continued, "We are not dealing with a rising race, but a waiting one"? The room grew colder. The Blade of Earth Hunter 1 returned. To Earth orbit, no damage, no lost crew. Its AI named Nora ran most systems. Inside the ship, Captain Ivan sat at the command chair. Screens glowed, weapons powered down. Nora's voice spoke calmly. "Mission complete. Hostile ships destroyed. No threats remain in orbit." Ivan leaned back. "You were perfect, as always." "Thank you, Captain," Nora replied. "Would you like to hear their panic transmissions?" He laughed. "Why not?" The room filled with the sound of alien voices screaming in fear, calling for retreat, shouting about a ghost ship that moved faster than light. Ivan listened with a smile. Then his smile faded. "Incoming transmission," Nora said, from Earth Command. "Message from Admiral Rosa Hahn." Ivan stood straight. The Admiral's face appeared on screen. "Captain, we've received intel. The Council may send a larger fleet, not to attack yet, but to test our power," Ivan nodded. "Understood. Need to give them a bigger surprise," Rosa said. "What do you suggest?" he asked. She gave a small, cold smile. "You'll take Hunter 1 to the Zareth Belt, let them follow you, and then show them the truth." Ivan's eyes narrowed. "The truth." Rosa said only 2 words. Project Leviathan. The Zareth Belt was a dead zone full of broken moons, ice rocks, and old mining stations. Wait, we're rising. Why were I guy with her weird or why way right and why or I driver right so I could send why then that's why it was perfect. Hunter 1 entered the field silently. 3 hours later, alien scouts followed. 5 small ships from the Union. Fast, stealthy, curious. They thought they had tracked the human ship in secret. They were wrong. Nora already saw them. Enemy scouts detected, scanning their weapons. Minimal. They are here to observe. Ivan smiled. Then let's give them a show. He tapped a button. Far below the asteroid field, something massive began to wake up. Metal moved. Power surged. A shadow larger than a city rose from the rocks. The scouts turned to flee, but it was too late. Project Leviathan rose from hiding. It was not just a warship. It was a mobile fortress. It looked like a floating island of black steel, covered in turrets, engines, and strange glowing systems. It had no name, only a code, HX01. One alien scout tried to run. Laser tagged its engines, stopping it mid-flight. The others froze. Leviathan did not attack. It just hovered, watching, waiting. Recording. Captain Ivan's voice echoed across the... Scout comes. This is Captain Ivan of Earth. Welcome to our playground. We allowed you to see Hunter 1, but this is what happens when you push Earth too far. Go back. Tell your council. Earth does not fear you. Then Leviathan turned, entered stealth mode, and vanished again into the asteroids. The alien scouts returned in silence. No lies. No edits. They sent the video of Leviathan directly to the council that same day. 3 species withdrew from the Union military forces. 2 planets offered trade deals to Earth, and 1 frightened message. Arrived at Earth's communication hub. We wish to speak, not fight. Admiral Rosa received the message. She looked out the window of her command center. Watching the snow fall quietly outside, they're starting to understand, she said. Captain Ivan, speaking through video, added, shall we prepare? More ships? Rosa paused. No. Let's keep Leviathan a secret for now. Let the galaxy imagine how many more we have. She turned back to the screen. Let their fear grow on its own. But not everyone in the galaxy was afraid. On a dark world far beyond Union space, in a mountain fortress buried under black rock, an old enemy woke from slumber. The Karnak swarm ancient conquerors from another age had watched Earth from the shadows. One of them, a tall being covered in armor-like skin, opened its red eyes and growled. So the humans have grown teeth. Good. It will make eating them more fun. And deep underground, thousands of eggs began to glow. War was coming, and Earth would need more than Hunter 1. Far beyond the Galactic Union, beyond the trade routes and peaceful worlds, was a dead system called Karna-0. It was a place no one visited. A black star sat at its center, surrounded by dead planets and floating ruins. The Union had marked it as cursed. The truth was far worse. Under the crust of one broken world, the Karnak swarm had been sleeping. They were not like the other species of the galaxy. They didn't talk. They didn't trade. They didn't believe in peace. The Karnak lived to conquer, to consume, to destroy. And now they were awake again. Deep in the hive fortress, the Karnak overlord stood tall. His body was covered in thick armored plates. Its 6 arms moved with precision as it watched the hologram of Earth's Leviathan warship. Red eyes narrowed. So, the humans have become monsters too, it hissed. Behind it, hundreds of Karnak drones screeched and pounded the walls. The Overlord turned to its generals. Tell the broods, we move toward Earth. The feast has returned. Back on Earth, in the command bunker beneath Antarctica, Admiral Rosa Hahn looked over the latest reports. The Alien Union had gone quiet. No fleets, no attacks, only silence. But that silence felt wrong. Captain Ivan's face appeared on the screen. No new activity from the Union, he said. Just a few weak signals. Rosa frowned. They're scared, but someone else isn't. Do you mean? Yvonne asked. Rosa turned to another screen. It showed strange readings from the edge of the galaxy. Energy spikes. Disrupted comes then. Silence. We lost 2 listening posts last night. Just vanished. Ivan narrowed his eyes. That wasn't the Union. No, Rosa agreed. I think something else is coming. She tapped the screen. A symbol appeared in ancient warning from Earth's hidden archives. A black claw over a red sun. The Karnak swarm, she said softly. Ivan's voice dropped. I thought they were extinct. Not extinct, Rosa replied. Sleep. Decades ago, Earth had discovered secret records ruins left by a long-dead alien race. Inside those ruins, they found stories of the Karnak, a species older than the stars. They didn't build cities. They didn't form alliances. They consumed whole worlds. Every 10,000 years they awoke. And they hunted. Humanity had never seen them. But they prepared. Earth's warships weren't just made for the Union. They were made for this at the edge of the solar system. A new human station floated silently in space. It was called Sentinel-9. Built into an icy asteroid, it watched deep space, waiting for threats. Today, it saw one. The alarms rang. Dozens of red dots appeared on the screen, fast, dark, and silent. Ships. Meests. No one could tell. Lieutenant Harper, the officer on duty, froze. They're coming fast. The Karnak fleet didn't send a message. They didn't respond to hails. They just opened their mouths and fired. Yes. Their ships had Mauser organic cannons that launched acid, plasma, and living missiles. Sentinel-9 fired back. It hit the first wave with railguns and ion beams. 2 Karnak ships exploded, but the rest kept coming. Sentinel-9 was overrun. The last message it sent, they're not ships, they're alive. Then silence. Within minutes, Earth received the warning. The Council activated the Hunter Protocol. All warships, all orbital defenses, all black projects. Humanity was no longer hiding. Now it was hunting. Admiral Rosa sent a message across all channels. To all human forces, prepare for war. To the Galactic Union, we warned you. Why to the Karnak? Swarm, welcome to Earth. Captain Ivan boarded Hunter 1. His crew was ready. Nora's voice echoed through the halls. Weapons online. Stealth active. Karnak fleet detected entering Terran sector. Ivan strapped in. Time to cut them down. Hunter 1 moved like lightning. It blinked across space using quantum jumps. The Karnak swarm never saw it coming. In its first strike, it tore apart 5 swarm ships using dark matter lances. Their armor melted. Their insides exploded. The swarm screamed. More came. They fired biological weapon spores that infected metal. Acid that ate through shields. Beasts that latched onto ships and chewed through steel. But Hunter 1 danced through them, too slow. Ivan whispered behind him. Leviathan joined the battle. HX-01 powered up its planet breaker cannon, a weapon meant to crack moons. It fired once, eh? Glowing beam as wide as a city lit up the sky. 20 swarm creatures vanished. The Karnak paused. It was the first time in thousands of years. They hesitated, but they were too many. Even Earth's weapons couldn't stop them all. They reached Mars, then Luna. The moon's defense stations opened fire. Orbital rings launched missiles. Space stations turned into giant cannons. Still, the swarm kept coming. Back on Earth, Rosa activated the last defense. A machine built underground. Below all cities, it was called Cerberus. Not a ship, not a drone, but a human-AI hybrid, connected to every satellite, every missile, every gun on Earth. Cerberus woke. Its voice rumbled through every speaker. Targets detected, protecting species, Homo sapiens, thousands of drones. rose from Earth's oceans, forests, and deserts. They flew into the sky. Cerberus controlled them all. The swarm reached Earth's atmosphere, and that's when hell was unleashed. Lasers, sonic beams, rail shots, gravity, pulses, everything. Fired at once. The sky turned into fire. Karnak beasts fell like rain. Some reached the ground, but Earth was ready. Mechs the size of buildings rose from bunkers. Tanks flew using gravity engines. Soldiers in exosuits moved. Faster than sound, the battle reached the cities, and humans didn't run. They fought in the Grand Council chamber. The Union watched from afar. They saw the battle unfold, and they realized something. Humans were not prey. They were the new apex predators. Even the strongest beasts feared fire, and humans. They were fire wrapped in flesh, Ambassador Kiral whispered. We must choose. Side with Earth, or be next. No one disagreed. For once, the Council was united, and Earth now had allies. Too late. Maybe, but war had changed the galaxy forever, as the swarm pulled back, licking its wounds. The Karnak overlord stared at the burning images of Earth. Its red eyes glowed. It had underestimated them. It wouldn't make that mistake again. Next time it would bring the Brood Queen. And next time, it wouldn't just attack, it would consume. The skies above Earth were still burning. Bodies of fallen swarm beasts floated in orbit. Their organic shells leaked acid and strange fluids. Giant metal drones hovered around Earth like silent guardians, cleaning up the battlefield. Humanity had survived the first wave, but it wasn't over. Deep in space, the Karnak overlord stood before something ancient, something feared even by its own kind. She was the Brood Queen Mother of the swarm, older than stars, asleep for thousands of years, until now. The overlord knelt before her massive form. She was a towering creature with 6 glowing eyes, long shadowy wings, and a voice that echoed like thunder. Why have you woken me? She asked. The overlord bowed. The prey fights back. The Brood Queen's eyes narrowed. Prey does not destroy fleets. Prey does not build leviathans. They are not prey, the overlord admitted. They are human.
I.
The queen let out a low, dark growl. Then we will devour them. Prepare the nest. With her command, thousands of hidden hive ships across the galaxy began to move. The real invasion had begun. Back on Earth, Admiral Rosa Hahn stood inside the global war room. Screens showed the aftermath. The cities had survived. Some were damaged. Many had fought off swarm beasts with their own defenses. Still, the cost was heavy. Report, Rosa asked calmly. A young officer replied, We lost 20% of our drone network. 12 orbitals are down. Our outposts are still offline. Captain Ivan appeared on screen from Hunter 1. We hurt them bad. They're coming again. Stronger, Rosa nodded. I expected that. She turned to another officer. Is Project Thor online? Yes, Admiral, he said. Out. But we've never used it outside testing. Then start final prep, she ordered. We may need to use it soon. The room went quiet. Everyone had heard the rumors about Project Thor, a secret weapon, final strike, but no one had seen it until now. Meanwhile, Hunter 1 flew beyond the solar system with a scouting fleet. Nora scanned nearby space, searching for movement. Suddenly, alarms rang. Unknown object approaching. Enormous size. Speed. Faster than light jump detected. Ivan sat up. Show me. On the screen appeared something massive, bigger than any Karnak creature seen before. It was not a ship. It was the Brood Queen herself, riding inside a planet-sized hive beast, covered in living armor, surrounded by thousands of escort swarmers. Nora's voice changed tone. Warning, threat level, Omega. This is not a battle. This is extinction. Ivan stared at the screen. Send everything to Earth. They need to see this. He turned to his crew. We're going in. On Earth, Rosa received the video feed. Queen was moving toward Earth fast. The command room watched in silence. Then Rosa gave the order. Wake the Titans. All across Earth, deep underground, massive bunkers opened. Machines the size of skyscrapers rose from the dirt and oceans. These were Earth's secret weapons. Titan mechs. Only 3 had ever been built. They were controlled by the best pilots humanity had. And now, they were Earth's last line of defense. Each Titan was armed with weapons beyond anything the galaxy had seen: gravity hammers, antimatter cannons, and shield cores powered by tiny black holes. Their names: Atlas, Goliath, and Valkyrie, in orbit. The swarm arrived, black as night. They moved like a sea of shadows. Thousands of them. Hunter-1 led the charge. Ivan spoke to his crew. This is it. We hold the line. Human fleet engaged. Leviathan, Earth's massive warship, reappeared. Its planet breaker cannon lit up again. One shot destroyed 20 swarm beasts, but they kept coming. Karnak ships rammed human cruisers. Their acid burned through holes. Some used tendrils to latch onto ships and infect them from inside. But humans fought back. Every drone, every fighter, every defense satellite was active. It was the largest battle in human history, and the Brood Queen had not even arrived yet. Then, the sky changed. A rift opened. Space cracked like glass, and out came the Queen. She rode a bioship the size of a moon. Tentacles of shadow stretched across space. Her scream could be heard through ship coms, and even inside the minds of human pilots. Captain Ivan winced. Psychic attack, he muttered. Nora activated neural dampeners. Mental defenses online. All crew stable. Ivan's voice grew cold. Target the Queen's core. Hunter-1 fired everything it had. Missiles, beams, kinetic rounds. The Queen raised one wing and blocked them all. Her hive ship fired back. A giant beam of green plasma hit a human battleship and vaporized it instantly. Earth shook, but then the Titans moved. Atlas, Goliath, and Valkyrie launched from hidden silos. Each landed on Earth with thunder. The people looked up and saw them walking, and they felt hope. Rosa spoke on all channels. The Titans walk. Earth stands. The Queen's hive ship entered orbit. It began dropping swarm eggs toward the surface. But the Titans were ready. Atlas caught a falling pod and crushed it with one hand. Goliath used his rail hammer to smash swarms as they landed. Valkyrie flew through the sky with jet boosters, shooting antimatter blasts at incoming enemies. Everywhere they moved, the ground shook. Still, the swarm pushed harder. More beasts came. Smaller hives tried to land, but Earth's defense systems were fully online now. Cerberus, the AI from Part 3, took over ground defenses. Hostile wave incoming. Targets, over 1 million. Initiating planet-wide lockdown. All weapons active. Missile silos opened across continents. Orbital cannons fired in sync. Even civilian cities had hidden turrets. Earth was not just fighting. It was roaring in space. Hunter-1 took a deadly hit. Half the ship was torn open. Nora's voice glitched. Damage critical. Systems failing. Ivan coughed, blood on his lips. We're not done yet. He activated emergency override. The ship lit up with red light. Prepare for final run, he whispered. They aimed for the Queen's ship, Nora. Understood. Goodbye, Captain. Hunter-1 rammed straight into the Queen's hive. A massive explosion shook the skies. For a moment, swarm froze. The Queen screamed in rage, but she was not dead, just wounded badly in Earth. Was still fighting, Admiral? Rosa watched from command. Her face was pale. Gave everything. An officer asked, Do we use Project Thor now? Rosa looked at the screen. The Queen was weakened, but still alive. She gave a slow nod. Activate Thor. On the dark side of the moon, hidden cannon opened. It was Earth's most powerful weapon. A metal rod, the size of a skyscraper made from dense tungsten alloy, was loaded. It had no explosives. It didn't need any. It used pure kinetic energy. Fired. At Earth's gravity, it became a planet dashbuster. The rod launched. It hit the Queen's hive ship like a god's fist. The explosion lit up the sky like a second sun. The hive ship cracked. The Queen's scream shook the stars. Then, silence. No more. Swarm, no more movement, just burning skies, and a dead queen falling to earth, like Earth had won. But the price was high. Hunter-1 was gone. Millions of drones were destroyed, cities damaged, but the people lived. The Titans stood tall, and the galaxy watched in awe. The Union sent a new message. We offer peace and respect. Earth replied, keep your peace. Just remember, we bite back. Smoke still floated in Earth's upper atmosphere, the remains of the Karnak. Brood Queen burned as her giant hive ship crashed into the Pacific Ocean. The impact shook the water for miles. Massive waves rose and crashed against distant shores. But Earth stood. The humans had done what no other species ever dared. They faced the swarm. They faced extinction, and they won. In the Global Command Center beneath Antarctica, Admiral Rosa Hahn stood silently. Around her officers cheered. Pilots cried. Some hugged. Some just stared at the screens. But Rosa only watched the reports. Casualty. Numbers came in. Over 100,000 drones lost. Dozens of ships gone. Half the orbital defense ring offline. Titan Mech Valkyrie badly damaged. And Captain Ivan Drostov lost with Hunter-1. Rosa didn't cry. She simply whispered, we remember. Behind her, a hologram of Earth spun slowly, was still blue, still alive, still free. In the outer edges of the solar system, human scout ships continued searching. Some feared more Karnak were hiding. But after days of scans, nothing moved. No hive-ships, no signals. The swarm had vanished, dead or running. One scout pilot, Lieutenant Asha Kim, sent a short message back to Earth. The stars are silent. And for the first time in days, Earth could rest. The Galactic Union sent a formal delegation to Earth. They arrived in a peaceful silver ship, unarmed, flying slowly. Inside were leaders from 20 alien species, all wearing ceremonial robes and peaceful colors. Rosa met them in Geneva, now repaired and strong. The alien diplomats stood silently as Rosa stepped forward. The Venari elder bowed. Come not as masters, but as students. The Zarin envoy placed down a golden box. Inside it was a gift. The Galactic Peace Medal, never before given to a non-union species. Rosa nodded. We accept peace. The Dresh ambassador Kiral stepped forward. You are no longer a primitive world. You are now the center of the galaxy. Rosa's face was calm. We didn't want war, but we will never run from it. The Union. Leaders all bowed. From that moment, Earth was no longer just a member of the galactic map. It was a superpower in secret labs under the Andes Mountains. Scientists worked to rebuild what was lost. Hunter-1 was gone. But its design lived on, and Project Hunter-2 was already under construction. Faster, smarter, stronger, Nora. The AI of Hunter-1 had saved part of her code before impact. Engineers recovered it. She was not going to sleep in, and when she woke, she would be ready. In her quiet storage chamber, her last message played on loop. Captain Ivan Drostov. Status. Legacy. Far above the moon, the Leviathan warship remained in orbit. It had taken heavy damage, but still hovered like a shadow. Crew members worked to repair it. One engineer looked out of a window and whispered, we built this in silence. The galaxy never saw it coming. Another answered, and now they'll never forget it. Earth's weapons had once been secrets. Now they were warnings. The three Titans Atlas, Goliath, and Valkyrist stood in a mountain hangar. Engineers worked day and night to repair Valkyrie's damaged left leg. Children visited the Titans. Civilians painted flags and names of lost soldiers on their armored chests. They were no longer just war machines. They were symbols of survival. One child pointed at Atlas and said, that one saved my city. Her father nodded. Yes, but remember, it's the people inside who make them strong. Across the stars, Many alien species now feared Earth, but some felt inspired. Undistant. Planets, rebels against cruel empires, whispered the name human. Alien scientists studied Earth's weapons and wondered, how did they build all this in silence? The answer was simple: because humans never stopped preparing. While the galaxy watched for flashy empires, Earth built weapons in caves, labs, and underwater cities. They trained in secret. They hid their fire till the time came to burn. But not all feared Earth. In a cold system at the edge of known space, surviving Karnak drone crawled from a broken hive shipwreck. It was badly burned. But alive, it hissed into the void, speaking in a broken mental signal: Queen dead, swarm broken.
But we remember.
The message traveled into darkness. It was caught by something far away, something worse. The signal reached a sleeping Karnak godbeast. It's hidden in the void between galaxies. Its eye opened, one slow, glowing red, and it whispered one word: Earth. Then it went silent again. For now, back on Earth. Admiral Rosa stood at a quiet memorial near the Pacific shore. Waves hit the beach slowly. The remains of the Queen's hive ship had been sunk. Deep into the ocean trench, a black stone stood on the sand. Carved into it were the names of the fallen. Captain. Ivan's name was at the top. Rosa stood alone, placing a single medal at the base. She whispered, "You gave us time. We'll use it well." Behind her, a young officer approached. "Admiral," he said, "Project Horizon is ready." She turned. "All ready," he nodded. "We've found other galaxies, other systems, new places. The stars are waiting." Rosa looked at the sky. For centuries, humans had dreamed of reaching the stars. Now they had. And now, they were ready to go even further. "Let's begin," she said. "In orbit." A new type of human ship prepared for launch. It was sleek, silver, covered in advanced stealth layers and armed with dark matter engines. Its name was painted on the side. Unity 1? It wasn't a warship. It was an exploration vessel. But it could still fight, just in case. The pilot's voice came through the comms. Unity 1 preparing for launch. Destination: unknown system. Mission: discovery and defense. A deep hum. The ship vanished into space. Humanity was on the move again, not as victims, not as prey, but as the apex predators of the galaxy.